Looking for the best project management books to read and improve your knowledge of the frameworks, techniques, and skills that you need to improve your game? Well, I'm here to talk you through my reading list from half one of 2025. Stay tuned to find out more. At Powering ProjeX, we champion the growth of project people, empowering every subscriber to lead with distinction, drive impactful outcomes, and turn vision into victory. Through sharp insights, inspiring stories, and energetic conversations, we will celebrate the exceptional people who transform industries and build a better world. Welcome to Powering ProjeX, where we explore the strategies, stories, and insights that make projects and project people thrive. I'm your host, DK. But first, if you're finding value in what we're building here, hit that subscribe button. It's the best way to stay connected with our community and help continue delivering the insights and inspiration that fuel your project leadership journey. Today's episode tackles a critical challenge that every project professional faces. How do I learn more about my craft and improve my skills without taking costly courses? Well, today I'm going to walk you through just that with my reading list from half one of 2025. Let's get started. Book 1, The Project Book by Colin D. Ellis. This book walks you through the soft skills required for project management. What I loved about this book was the techniques that Colin recommends at the end of each chapter and the reading list that he offers for more information on each soft skill that he presents. Further, Colin narrated the book himself and has an amazing sense of humour, which had me laughing out loud in the car and in the supermarket. Not great for my brand, but wonderful for my sense of well-being. This book was a 10 out of 10 for me, and if you're interested in hearing more from Colin, please do stay tuned for my interview with him, which is due to be released in July 2025. Book 2, The Lean Enterprise: How High-Performance Organizations Innovate at Scale by Jez Humble, Joanne Moleski, and Barry O'Reilly. Another 10 out of 10 stellar book. This book is a challenge to read, and it's not for beginners. It is highly technical and leans into enterprise delivery issues. It is best suited to project managers applying lean and agile practices, but there is something in this for everyone, from project managers to program managers and portfolio managers and executives. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and there are quite a few chapters that I would read again when I need a reminder. Book 3, The Phoenix Project by Jean Kim, Kevin Burr, and George Spafford. Once again, a 10 out of 10 read, but for a very different reason. This book tells a story of a man who was leading a small IT team who gets promoted to the head of IT and has no clue how to fix things. But he has the will and is eager to learn, which he does. It touches on technical skills, soft skills, and leadership skills. I was on the edge of my seat reading this book because you can tangibly feel the criticality of the events as they unfold. Also, don't forget to read the afterword, which pays homage to my favourite business book of all time, The Goal, and also explains the founding of DevOps, which is a really interesting story in itself. Book 4, The Harvard Business Review Project Management Handbook: How to Launch, Lead, and Sponsor Successful Projects by Antonio Nieto Rodriguez. This is an amazing resource for project managers at the mid-stage of their career. It explains the project economy, run versus change, the reinvention of project management, and the project canvas benefits sponsors and everything else from woe to go, from an industry, organisational and delivery perspective. It explains many of the real challenges that we face in organisations today and the impacts to delivery. I would read this book twice. It is that good. Also, stay tuned as I have very kindly asked Antonio for an interview on the podcast. Fingers crossed it all goes to plan. Book 5, PMP Project Management Body of Knowledge, Edition 7, Project Management Professional Audio Study Guide for 2025-2026 by Samuel Davidson and Rebecca Davidson. This is my second attempt at a PMP study guide, noting that I'm halfway through Rita McCullough's PMP exam prep 11th edition. I found it to be a great starting reference for emerging project managers and mid-level accidental PMs who may not have read the PMP body of knowledge previously and would like to understand more about their craft. It is definitely worth reading. I'd give this a 7 out of 10. It's dry, it's process focused, but it gives you a great base of knowledge. Book 6. The Fearless Organisation, Creating Psychological Safety in Workplace for Learning, Innovation and Growth by Amy C. Edmondson. I loved this book. I wish every business leader and sponsor would read it. In this book, Amy explains her research into various organisational failures over time and the key learnings which lean into the concept of psychological safety. Her research is amazing and exposes failures that may have been avoided with different styles of leadership. I learned so many valuable lessons about what it means to seek to truly understand and truly listen to your teams. And since reading it, I am much better at spotting environments where psychological safety isn't an organisational strength and how leadership plays into that. I also learnt some wonderful things about failures from across the globe, including the tsunami in Japan and its effect on the nuclear plants, and a whole raft of other examples that Amy has gone to the effort of researching in great detail. So I highly recommend it. Even if you just like to listen to project war stories, this is the book for you. Now I'm switching to personal development books because we all need some joy in our lives. Book 7 is The Sad Truth About Happiness from Saad. I actually read The Parasitic Mind before this book and fell in love with Gad's engaging self-expression and his life experiences. By the way, if you want to know more about him personally, read the first chapter of The Parasitic Mind. It is a story that you will never forget. In this book, Gad uses scientific research to explain the basic principles of being human and living before taking you on a journey of what it means to be happy. This book really helped me to revise my expectations of happiness and therefore feel much more fulfilled with where I am today. It's a great read. Book 8. Bad Therapy, Why the Kids Aren't Growing Up by Abigail Shrier. I was driven to read this book after someone recommended it on X, and I am so glad that I did. Prior to reading this, I had no idea what my parenting style was or how it had developed. But after, I was so much more conscious of the generational differences between the way I was parented and how we've evolved, as well as understanding what's working and what isn't. Once again, Abigail is a researcher and presents the outcomes of her research as she assesses evolving parenting styles and how commercial markets have adapted to these shifts. It's a great read for any parent. Now, this isn't a book, but a white paper that came across my desk yesterday. It is the Victorian Auditor General's paper titled Major Projects Performance Reporting for 2024, which was tabled in Parliament in February of 2025. This report is in its 4th year of publication, and after a deep dive analysis last night, I came to the conclusion that not much has changed in 4 years. It's a short read as most of the detail has been removed, but definitely worth reading if you're interested in government efficiency. Once again, stay tuned as I plan to look into this a little deeper in coming episodes of the podcast. And now to the fun stuff, my content addictions. To explain, on Fridays, I tend to binge podcasts while cleaning the house, and on Sundays, I tend to binge YouTube for skills that I can apply in my everyday life, which usually results in more content for the podcast. At the moment, I am really loving anything from Rory Sutherland. Rory is a marketing guru. He's extremely well read and educated and very well spoken. But what I appreciate most is understanding more about decision making and decision making theories. He talks about how irrational humans are in the way that we make buying decisions. And if you're like me, understanding these concepts before you present solution options is really critical. I'm also really enjoying Vanessa Van Edwards and Jefferson Fisher. Vanessa is a researcher and presents strategies to improve your communication skills and particularly body language. And Jefferson is a Texan lawyer who has spent countless hours in courtrooms and also presents strategies to improve your communication skills. Both are very different and unique, but both are beneficial. And lastly, I often consume podcasts from Colin D. Ellis to improve my soft skills and culture building skills, as well as anything AI for project management to understand how AI is being applied in the industry. And lastly, my AI addictions. Right now, I use a lot of Claude Pro, which is my go-to for project management questions and research, but I also tend to use Grok for analysis of news and current affairs. So there you have it, my reading list, YouTube, binge content, and AI addictions for the first half of 2025. I hope you found it useful. Lastly, I want to hear from you. Drop me a comment or send me a message with the project management books you've read in 2025 or your favourite podcasts or the topics you binge on YouTube and what it's taught you that makes you better at your trade. Further, if there's someone you'd like to hear from, a project leader, a team member, or even an expert, send me their name and I'll do my best to get them on the podcast. You can reach me on X, LinkedIn, YouTube, or by email at poweringprojects@gmail.com. Until next time, keep powering your projects and lifting your game through reading and listening. This is DK signing off. The content provided in this podcast is for informational and educational purposes only and does not constitute professional, legal, or financial advice. The opinions expressed by the host and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of any affiliated organisations or sponsors. While we strive to provide accurate and up-to-date information on project management methodologies and related topics, no guarantee is made regarding the completeness, accuracy, or applicability of the content to your specific circumstances. Listeners are encouraged to consult with qualified professionals before making decisions based on the information shared in this podcast. The hosts, guests, and producers are not liable for any losses, damages, or outcomes resulting from the use of this podcast's content. By listening to this podcast, you agree to assume all risks associated with the application of the information provided. Thank you for tuning in, and we hope you'll find value in our discussions.